I am so happy to introduce you to Alan Sutherland, also known as White Spotted Horse. Alan and I don't really know each other, but I know enough that I've heard his wisdom come through and the power behind his person and his energy. And I'm so excited to introduce you to Alan, who will be one of the co hosts for the Kindful Canada Symposium in October in Winnipeg. Alan, so glad to have you today.
I'm glad to be here.
So, what should people know about who Alan is and the magic that you can create when you're given the opportunity to speak your truth and bring wisdom to people?
Well, I usually start off by introducing myself in my language, which is Anishinaabe Saulteaux, is who I am. So I'll explain what I'm doing with my language. Wabski manis izit misatem nisnakas, bijuni dodem, iskunaning donji, Treaty 2 territory, Anishinaabe Saulteaux Nin, bijuni dodem. What I just said is my spirit name is White Spotted Horse. I'm of the Lynx clan. I'm from Scalan First Nation of Treaty 2, Anishinaabe Saulteaux. And my common name, my Canadian name is Alan Sutherland. And just to answer your question, that was a good place to start because that's who I am.
Yes.
I'm an Indigenous person in this world. And like you must have heard me said a few words of wisdom here and there. I do a lot of traditional teachings, but it's all in relation to the spirit around us. We call Manitou, or Gitche Manitou is the one that is the spirit of everything. And then what we all are part of is all of one, the circle of one, is that we all have our journeys and
Mm.
we all have our healing ways. And this is what this conversation is going to be about: is how you get people in one place to share their journeys, their gifts, their experience. And I guess that's what we're going to explore this evening.
Yeah, isn't that true? We are all here to help walk each other home.
Well, yeah, that's what a journey is is taking a journey to eventually go back home.
Mm.
But
Which
it's
is where
not
we came from.
exactly, we're here for a reason to step into a journey because the creator is lonely. That's what my elders used to say. The creator wanted experience and it can't do it on its own. It needs all of us to have all kinds of experience. And then basically, we come back home, we're integrated because the creator is no longer lonely.
That 100% resonates with some of the new findings that I've been exposed to by doing the inner work. So thank you for that. It's so good to hear similar concepts with different words, but it all means the same thing.
Yes, it is all the same thing.
So, Alan, can you share with us a little bit what really intrigued me was the work that you've done with you have a healing center and you do retreats here in Manitoba, and I've heard amazing feedback from some people that have participated in those healing retreats and finding yourself like being secluded for a period of time as well. Maybe share with us the fundamentals and the philosophies that you use for helping people go through their current reality of their journey at your healing lodge and the healing ceremonies that you offer.
All right. Yeah, I have to break it all down a little bit.
Okay.
I have I call it Ginew Healing Lodge, just outside the northeast of Winnipeg, just 20 minutes away from the city. And and I just moved into the country 4 years ago. I'm originally from a semi-remote community called Scalan First Nation, and I grew up in a natural world. we were a survivor society as our tribe goes, because we live off the land. We live with nature. I grew up with grandparents who raised me in those traditional ways. And the thing is about their lives was they live in a colonial world where they laws was made to take children away from their parents or their communities, and on average stayed away. And they went to Indian residential schools. By the time I came into this world, that law of Canada was rescinded in 1970, and I was living in Winnipeg, but I wasn't doing so well. I was just already got kicked out of a school was run by nuns.
Mm.
So my grandparents, who never had a chance to raise their own children like my mother, now could raise a child, and they said we'll raise them.
Wow.
So they came into the city, and I lived the traditional way of our people.
Mm.
Now I needed to start there because as far as our people have a lot of them have lost their traditions, their ceremonies, their teachings, even their language, identity. And many were able to hold on to it, but not my community. It became very Christian. And my great grandfather was one of the last hereditary chiefs that practiced those traditional ways. So this is what we would call a healing journey for a lot of Indigenous people that we were born into this colonization and the impact of that, the trauma of it. So that shapes me to what later on I was picking up to the traditions. I gone to back to the ceremonies. I I learned about the sweat lodge. I learned about having a healing bundle like a pipe, and went to the Sundance. I even went to a Vision Quest, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. So that was recovering for me, a recovery of my identity. And when I was now practicing my traditions, I became what we would call a knowledge keeper.
Mm.
We were keepers of that knowledge. Later on, we may be called elders, or but anyway, that's what I'm known today as a knowledge keeper or an elder. But I was living in the city, going out of the city for ceremonies, and I knew I didn't want to stay there.
Mm.
I needed to be on the land. So this was just before COVID. Around COVID, I was
Okay.
looking around, taking advantage where everybody else was staying indoors. I was taking an opportunity to say, "Hey, I got to find a place." So ceremony brought me to the place that I got today, and and that's where I had some trees. I had a creek. A lot of it is overgrown, but it was meant to be.
Yeah.
So I've been there for 4 years, and it's a labor of love to convert a garage into an actual lodge. We don't call it a retreat yet.
Okay.
It's part of the vision
Okay.
to have these little huts or these little cabins for people to come and learn and stay. But that garage turned into a lodge where I do ceremony, I do
Mm.
healing, and
Okay.
I have a sweat lodge, and I have walking trails. So I'm utilizing the land for healing.
Mm.
For and this is what's leading up to. I had an elder that about 2 years ago that wanted to have his vision quest on my land. It was just by himself, but I did my vision quest when I was a young man,
Okay.
and he came in for the weekend, and I helped set him up. I had my sweat lodge, so and then about 2 years later, or less than that, because a friend of mine seen the outline of that lodge. And she asked, "What is that?" "Oh, that's a Vision Quest lodge." "Why is it so small?" "Because it only needs to hold one person," I said. And then I told her everything about it. And then I knew she was very curious to know more. And I just said, "Would you like to go out on a Vision Quest?" Of course, she wanted to. And she invited two more people to join her. And we had that last spring, where we had it. They're in isolation from each other. So just to explain it to our viewers out there, it started on a Thursday. You go through three well, yeah, 3 nights and 4 days without food and water. Total isolation.
Mm.
You're just with your thoughts. And I told my friend, the way we traditionally we do it, we're just in full elements. Whatever the Mother Nature brings to you, that's you and Mother Nature, Mother, like in our language say ni mama ki, our mother. And they went out. So you can only take, and I said, because we need to try to capture our dreams when we dream, or capture
Mhm.
our experience. So you can journal, but basically you can take only basic beddings. In her case, she had that structure already, wooden structure already. So I just gave her one tarp, and she found that she didn't need it. She only may use it just to put it on the ground.
Mm.
And I went and then I leave them alone in their different spaces. It so happened that was the first heat wave of the
Mm.
summer in late May. A weekend prior to that, another location was a Vision Quest group, and they had snow.
Wow. So Mother
But
Nature is giving them what they need to experience.
you gotta take what the Mother Nature gives
Yeah.
you, and that's traditional way.
And there's
Anyway,
purpose and reason behind that at
oh
a higher
yeah,
level.
in this particular case, it wasn't. They're not just dealing with the heat
Mm.
wave. We also had the wood tick season,
Oh.
and they were everywhere. Now, one lady in her spot, she had a fear of wood ticks,
Mm.
and
Okay.
she's the one that got bombarded, not bombarded, but swarmed with wood ticks.
So is it the kind of thing where what you've put focus and attention on, you attract?
You got it right. That's the law,
Mm.
the law of energy. What do you attract? What she feared was what she attracted.
Yes.
And she was able to stay in a. You have the options to have your own little tent. So
Okay.
she stayed in a tent just to not be out there in the open. But during the day, it became a heat box.
Mm.
So it was a lot more heat. And one thing I told them about why I had it beside the creek was, you're lucky you got a creek because I allow you to go inside the creek to cool off,
Mm-hmm.
but don't drink it.
Yeah.
But anyway, they lost a lot of weight, and two of them went up one day earlier than because they said, I can't do another night. That's okay. It's up between them and
Yeah.
all of nature.
There's no
And
right or wrong. It's their personal journey and their personal choice, and it's supposed to flow the way it flowed.
even though they were suffering, they stayed with it. I'll give you an example. One of the ladies have a neck injury, and so she didn't have her like usual bedding or special pillow,
Yes.
but she wanted to go and do this, but she was suffering. So I had kindness for her. So I brought a comfy fold out chair for her, and I brought I have one of those support pillows, and I says, here, this should make you more comfortable. So she stayed with it, but just the day before the last day, somebody says there's somebody coming on the trail, and I looked and it was her.
Mm.
And she's holding a stick. She's barely moving. She says, "I can't hardly move." Oh, does that mean you want to come out now? No, no, I don't want to come out. Oh, what do you want? I need relief. I need support. And that's when I got all that stuff for her.
Okay.
So she went another night,
Mm.
and I always checked on them every morning to see how they're doing. And we talked about, like, you gave your best. Your spirit is good. Your spirit is strong, but you're dealing with an injury.
Mm.
And then she came out, and the other lady came out because there was a heat box. So my friend there that originated this, he stayed right on to the next day, and I brought her out. But they all want to come out together, so they kept back for her,
Ah, beautiful.
and then we brought them out as a group in front of everybody. So it was a beautiful scene. But they all experienced something different,
Mm.
and sometimes you ask questions like, if you had a chance to, after what you went through, if you have a chance to go through it or not, would you have not gone through it? Every single one says, even though what I went through was hard, but I'll never change it. And I think one of them says, nobody can ever take that away from me.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's trying to bring those ceremonies closer to home, like to the city. And we do all kinds of ceremonies like that. We're going to have another one in 2 weeks,
Another retreat like that?
a vision quest.
A vision quest? Wow. Okay. So I'm assuming that people that sign up or feel called to go on a vision quest, there's probably some prep work that needs to be done.
Yeah, we had that last week, and in terms of what can be brought in and what can't be brought in, you can have a tent if you want a tent or not. But when we did meet, I went over through all the details on how it's going to be. I let them know that we'll do a sweat lodge before I take you out to the land. I'll check in on you daily, and then when I come and retrieve you, I'll revive you with some medicine water to kickstart the nervous system again, the stomach,
Yeah,
and then
because they've just gone through an extended fast, which is there's a protocol to refeed your system. You just can't have a meal right away.
no, and then they go into a sweat lodge again,
Okay.
and then they could come out and talk to friends and relatives, supporters about their experience. They can get ready for the feast, and it's a celebration. So yeah, it's highly emotional
Mm-hmm.
because they're seeing sacrifice, and people are there to keep a sacred fire going, like from a distance,
Mm-hmm.
where people can come throughout the night, day and night, tend the fire, and it's lit before they go into the sweat lodge. It'll be, and then when after the sweat lodge, then the fire is gone. Like we let it go.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got four more people going in a couple of weeks, less than that.
Life-changing events for the participants, and even I would propose for the firekeepers and the volunteers, and even for yourself to witness that.
Well, it gives a chance for family and friends to come and learn. It's a time of teachings because I'll be around doing teachings, and we give a sweat lodge for visitors or friends that's supporting. We give them an opportunity to experience a sweat lodge.
Wow, that's amazing. So, so the Kindful Canada Symposium is coming to Winnipeg in October with a lot of presenters, a lot of amazing people that are on the panel for speakers. Um, you are one of the hosts, which means you will be like the MC of the event, I guess, during the event. Is that co
co-MC.
co-MC? Okay,
Yeah.
co-MC for the
The
event.
friend I was talking about is Loretta.
Okay, okay, yes. So she's the force behind this event.
Yes, she's quite. We're quite inspired. We're quite pleased because the work that we do together in our region is to bring the circles together, right? People with same interests, people on that holistic healing journey, and everybody has gifts. Everybody has different methods and such, and we teach each other. So that's the idea. We created a Facebook called Earth Sky Connection, where it's really growing.
Mm,
So we did workshops together, we did training together, we did energy exchange together. So along the way, the idea is let's have our own gathering. Let's have our
yeah.
own wellness, and that's what the idea came from.
I think there's a lot of people that are craving, knowingly or unknowingly, the face to face, person to person interaction and building of community. Because when, just in my own experience, when I go to these types of events, it it changes me and it also allows me to have a positive impact on other people, and that feels great. So
Yeah.
great on you and your team for having the intuition and the vision to create more of these opportunities for people to get together and to share, and in a non-judging way, right? Everybody's on their own path, and everybody should be respected on the way that they choose, the way that their soul chooses to journey and navigate as a human. There must be a divine purpose behind all of this, and we need to be respectful of that. But we also can teach each other by example on the ways that we the ways that our souls chose to manifest themselves in this current reality is still divine.
But it's just that there is a shift. There is
Yes.
an ascension that's going on for all of us when it comes to that vibration and frequency. It still is a very tough period of transition. And for me, it was just 2 years ago where even though I was busy doing ceremonies with others, it was almost like there was a limitation to it to me. Like
Mm,
there's got to be a lot more to this. And I would describe it as a spiritual loneliness. Like, why do
yes.
I feel alone that
Yes.
I want to know more?
Yeah.
And that's where that journey really started. And I think a lot of people were feeling that loneliness. I need more.
Yeah.
And then we started finding each other, and we started, getting excited. We're not alone.
Yes.
There's a lot of us out there. We just need to gather, and then we talk. Then we share. We're leading to such gatherings that this is being put on now, but this is happening everywhere.
Yeah. On a global scale, the veil is being thinned out, and people are starting to understand reality and truth. And as they peel away the programming, which started right at birth or even before birth, because the womb can hear, feel, and sense everything happening around the mother. What is that? It's all layers of program out to program. Okay, remove all of the programs. Who are you really, right?
Right.
So that's the exercise that I think we are all on at different levels. But the first step is to be aware that you have been exposed to conditioning and to thought forms that are not even yours. You've just adopted them by default because everybody else adopts them. Now's the time to pause and question reality, because what you'll find on the other side of those questions is you are not really who you think you are.
Yeah, I always do a lot of teaching and metaphors around this. Like, the we enter a game, but we don't want to. We don't want the cheat sheets. We don't want the. We have to earn new secrets to
Yeah.
advance,
No cheat
and that's
codes
what's
allowed.
And that's why you don't need the cheat codes. In fact, we have so much honor, so much pride to get through challenges. And we're growing and growing and growing. So along the way, you have a guru. Along the way, you have a group. Along the way, you have an assistant, and they're just advising you, way to go, keep going. And then you find others are all merging on this same path. But it doesn't stop there. It just keeps going up. There's more levels to
Yes.
achieve here.
Yes. And those that are going to attend the Kindful Canada Symposium will experience firsthand what it's like to come in community with like-minded individuals that are on their respective journeys. And yeah, it's unfortunate that there's only room for 150 people, but my guess is that after this event, there will be a stronger need and a stronger echo to the universe to create more of these types of events. And by the way, for those people listening before the event, all of the funds that are generated at this event are actually being given back to a charity. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. Because it's about the law of a receptory. Like it's a circle law that you give, you will receive. You give, you will receive. So we got to keep that going.
Yes. What you put in it from the right place will come back sevenfold or whatever the law is. It always
That's
comes
right.
back more, but it needs to be given from the right place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the light just gets brighter and it expands more and more when the world is a hunger for light.
And that goes back to what we focus on, we receive. So if you're focusing on wanting to expand the aperture of the light of the projector the human body is into this physical realm, you will get more light, you will get more power, you will get more truth.
That's right.
So, Alan, thank you so much for giving us an idea of who you are and what you're all about, and a good sneak peek for individuals that are called to come and share this experience with 150 other beautiful souls.
Yeah, and we come from a background of experience as facilitators, so we just keep it going, keep it flowing. Let the speakers have their time to shine. We are just facilitating the agenda, making it seems to make it as flawless as we can get it, but to for the audience to just to enjoy themselves and merge themselves into those all those opportunities to see the trades, see the crafts, see the people with gifts, but to hear the stories,
Mm,
that's fun.
very inspirational, and I would propose anybody who attends that event, it will change your life.
Well, I won't want to put a guarantee on it, but I'll work hard. I'll work hard for that to happen.
I'll put the guarantee. I'll
Oh,
put
okay,
the guarantee. Yeah,
somebody has to be insured.
yeah, yeah,
Insurance.
yeah.
Well, now then I'll have to match that.
No pressure, Alan. You just be you. I know it's going to be wonderful. It'll be magical. And isn't that the beauty when we don't have to try to do something, we actually can do it bebetter. It's the
Yeah,
counterintuitiveness. Yeah,
and I always remind people that we're creators too. Like
100%.
we're part of creation. So if you can imagine, that's just the part of creation is to imagine it, to have the vision, and and it's the action part. It just has a life on its own because you're already seeing it happening.
We are co-creators powered by source consciousness, but we do have to meet the universe halfway through action, and then magic happens.
Well, we don't have to do all the heavy work as long as we're participating fully.
Yes, full out participation in this reality that we actually chose to come. So that should give people a lot of comfort when things seem to be tough in your life. Just remember that there is a higher power, which is you in another reality, that actually chose this experience. So there must be a reason behind it to just keep going, keep going. That keep going on. Keep on going on is what I meant to say.
And just to honor one of my admired teachers, Dolores Cannon,
Oh, yes,
we answered the call, and that's why we're all here now.
correct. It was a cosmic call out to advanced souls to come and help shift the planet because the planet is a conscious being. It just needs a little bit of help.
Yes.
And each one of us is that little bit of help times 8 billion or whatever our number is.
Or 144,000.
Yes, right.
Which is not a precise number.
Yeah, but that's the
It-
fractal of the number 7, right? Of the 7
That's right.
original tribes that came out.
well, it just keeps growing.
Yeah. Wonderful. Alan, I'm so looking forward to spending some time with you face to face in the years to come, and of course at the event. And I thank you so much for participating in this interview. Is there anything that you would love to share as we leave our listeners from this podcast before we leave?
Uh, I first of all, I want to say thank you for having me share just a little bit on what's coming up. Um, we, the field of dreams is, if you build it, they'll come.
Mm,
Well, that's what we're doing, and now we're gonna sit back and see when they all come. I'm looking toward to that day.
let the magic flow. Let the abundant universe provide what it's going to provide to all of us.
That's right. And thank you for having me.
My pleasure, Alan. It was great to have you.